Friends, the story begins, and we see a boy named Garish, who is the spoiled son of the richest man in Russia. He goes to a club where he likes a girl and he impresses her with the power of his money. Tries to do this, after which he starts taking her with him to be intimate with him. The girl sits in the car, but Garish tells her that, "What are you doing? Take off your clothes quickly." But when the girl tries to do so, when she refuses, Garish drives him away from there, after which he also leaves from there. Now he was driving very fast, so the policeman stops him. Garish does not say anything to the policeman and puts notes on his face. Grisha hits him by throwing a bundle of coins, but that policeman does not take bribe from him. Now that policeman comes in front of his car to stop him, but Grisha does not stop, and he puts him on top of his car and starts driving the car. After this, his father sees Gustav, who comes to the police station. Then the policeman tells him that yesterday your son tried to bribe a policeman, but when he did not agree, then your son ran over him and says that the boy is going beyond his limits, so you will have to do something about him. While in the lockup, we see Garish, who is lying down and chilling, and says, "Bring liquor for me, and I'm getting very bored here. Send a girl here to dance." Then Gustav frees her and brings her outside and starts scolding her, but Grisha does not care about what he says because he also knows that he is the only one, and his father cannot take away anything from him. On the other hand, we see a dance show whose director is Nastya, and she is also a friend of Gustav. Next, Gustav comes to her and tells her that I am very troubled. Please help me. After which both of them go to John. Gustav, who was a director of horror films, tells him about his son and says that he has to reform him at any cost. After which they all come together and make a plan. Then on the same night, we see that a junk man buys Garish's luxury car. Garish, who was going from there with a car, sees him and runs to chase him. But suddenly an arrow of unconsciousness comes and hits him directly on his neck, and he becomes unconscious there. Then the next day, a man named Artie Ram meets him. Garish picks him up after pouring water on his face and asks him that the owner had asked him to prepare the horse. Did he do it? Then Garish looks at his surroundings and his clothes and thinks that maybe I drank too much last night. He starts searching for his phone and says that he has to call, but suddenly a man comes there and picks him up and throws him out, abusing him. Grisha tells him to stay within his control now. Otherwise, he will have to repent, the man says. Where's the horse that I told you to prepare yesterday? Garish says, when did you say, and I have seen you for the first time today? Then the owner of that village comes there and blames his son Max for Garish's mistake, asks him to be punished, after which he is whipped on his back. Then the owner says that I want my horse ready before I finish my tea. Then there comes Billy and picks him up and takes him to the horse. Grisha tells him, that brother, let me make just one call, and after that, if I do not send all of them to jail, then my name is also not Garish. Billy says that whatever you are saying, I am not understanding anything. After this, Garish starts running away from there and tells everyone to call the police quickly, but the people there did not know what the police is. Then the cat gives him clothes to wear, but Garish says, where are his clothes? And here, how are all these people living? They don't even have mobile phones. This is the 21st century, and people are living here without phones. Billy tells him that no, this is the year 1860. Later, Garish is captured, and he is taken to jail along with the other prisoners. He is taken along to be hanged. Garish feels that maybe he is dreaming, but as soon as the noose around his neck is tightened, Garish understands that this is not really happening. But then a beautiful girl, Natasha, comes, who is the daughter of the village owner and sister of Max. She tells her father that, Father, at least don't do all this today. It is my birthday, and I don't want anything to happen today. No matter who is killed that day, their execution is canceled, after which Billy falls at Natasha's feet and thanks her, but Grisha just stares at him and does not say anything to him. While above in the sky, we see an eagle, but then we come to know that it is not an eagle, but a drone, which is keeping an eye on the entire village. Actually, Garish had never gone to the past, but his father had done all this to teach him a lesson. The set was prepared and all the people living here are actors, and whatever they are doing or saying is happening according to the script, whereas cameras and microphones were installed in the entire village and to see all the things and actions of Garish was telling Billy that now I have understood everything, that the night I was hit by that car, it was a time machine, which sent me from there to the year 1860. Ka says that if I want to go back, I will have to hit a time machine again. He asks the cat if he has a car. Now the cat does not answer this because there was nothing like this in his script. Now Garish is also here. He was very bored of living here and couldn't even sleep at night because instead of a soft bed, he had to sleep on grass like an animal, and also he was given only khichdi to eat. And after being whipped so much, he got injured. On the other hand, Garish's father tells John that now he has to see the changes that have taken place inside Garish. Then the next day, when Garish was resting in the fields, he hears the sound of someone crying. He goes after those sounds, and he sees that the daughter of the owner of this village, Natasha, is crying loudly. She tells him that her father has fixed her marriage with a rich old man, but Garish tells her that this is a good thing. In a few days, that old man will drool and all his wealth will be yours. After this, he steals a chicken from the village owner's farm because it had been a long time since he ate chicken. Then Billy comes to him and tells him to feed me some too, but Grisha tells him that he has finished everything. Then in the next scene, we see some people who were being interrogated as to who stole the chickens from the farm, and until they reveal the name of the real thief, they will be killed. Grisha was watching all this, and it did not matter to him because he had no mercy for anyone. After this, the cat comes to show his wounds to Grisha, which is the makeup artist had made up on her back. Meanwhile, a girl comes there whose name is Mary. Now, as soon as Mary gets down from her horse, her shining panties are visible to everyone. Now, seeing her panties, Garish comes to her, and he asks her where did she get these panties from, because such panties are worn in our time. Now, Garish tries to take off her panties and look at them, due to which Mary starts screaming and gets up and runs away from there. Seeing such behavior, Gusta gets angry at John and says that I have invested so much of my money for this idea of yours, but all this has made no difference to my son. So it would be better to stop all this quickly. But on this, John tells him, "Sir, just give me a few more days. I am sure that there will be a change in your son." After this, Garish comes to Mary's house to meet her, but then Mary tells him not to come near me. "Otherwise I will break your head." Then Garish apologizes to Mary for his actions and says that I have done wrong to you. Please forgive me for this. Now all the people sitting in the studio were watching this and seeing this. They are very happy that Garish has now started realizing his mistakes. Now a few more days pass like this. And now the day also comes when Natasha was to be married to an old man. Now everyone dances with joy. But then Natasha comes to Garish and says that I do not want to marry that old man, so I'm going to commit suicide by jumping into the river. After which she goes to the bank of the river and stands there to die. But Garish, it doesn't matter to Mary. He starts talking to Mary and tells her that he has come from the 21st century, where they magically communicate from one village to another through small plastic boxes, and the sky, big iron birds fly in the sky. Then the cat comes to him and asks him that Natasha is not found anywhere. Have you seen her? Now here the cat had come to remind him that Natasha had gone to die near the river so that Garish should go and save her. Then as soon as Garish runs to save her, Natasha is told that Garish is coming towards you. Quickly start acting like drowning. Now Natasha starts pretending to drown, but then Garish comes and tells her that she is drowning. After saving her, he picks her up and takes her to his home, while Natasha tries to be intimate with him. But he does not give her any feelings because now he has liked Mary more. After this, he changes his clothes and starts talking to Mary. He starts going towards her house to meet her, while the team also tells Mary that Garish is coming towards you. Get ready quickly. Further, Mary comes out wearing village clothes and opens the gate. Krisha asks her, "What? You will go out with me?" Mary tells him that my father is unwell, so I cannot go with you. Now because Garish had started falling in love with Mary, now Mary also had to play the role of his girlfriend. But due to all this, Max feels very bad because in real life Max and my girlfriend were boyfriends, and he did not want any man to get intimate with his girlfriend. But on the other hand, Mary wanted there to be some change in Grisha because for him. So all of them were working so hard. Now Mary and Grisha start spending time together. They roam around and enjoy a lot together, due to which they both start getting attracted towards each other. There we see Max. Joe was sitting and drinking tea with Natasha. He was very angry because he had not been intimate with anyone for a long time. Then both of them get an idea, and to get rid of their tension, they both go to a stable and get intimate. On the other hand, Garish and Mary were also passing by, and then they see what is happening here. They go inside and see that Max and Natasha are getting intimate with each other. Now seeing both of them like this, Mary, she gets angry and leaves from there. Further, both of them are called out from there, and it is said that, "Don't you have even a little shame? Are you both brother and sister on the set?" After which both of them are thrown out from there. Then on the same night, Garish and Mary are talking to each other, during which they both kiss each other. While after leaving the place, Natasha goes to a news channel and tells them that Garish has been kidnapped. Now because the son of the country's richest man has been kidnapped, the police also start searching for him. Gustav was also watching all this, and he tells John that now we have to stop all this. On this, John tells him that, "Brother, don't worry. It will take 2-3 more days for the policemen to reach here. Until then, I will think of the ending of the story." In the next scene, we see that in the village, Mongols come who are robbers. Now the Mongol chief wanted 2 very handsome women to marry, So he picks one, and then her father comes forward to save her, during which there is a fight between his father and a robber. Then the robber cuts his father's neck, which is fake, while Sardar starts looking at another girl, and then he sees Mary. Then he starts snatching her away from Garish, and everyone turns towards Garish. Let's see that now he will do something to save her, but that Fatu gets up from there and runs away. Then Mary is asked to shout and call him, on which she starts shouting and calling Garish, but Garish does not listen to her, and he runs away from there, while everyone on the set gets worried as to what he will do next, because they had never thought that Garish would run away from there. But then Garish goes to the same horse which he used to take care of. He takes out that horse and comes back. On the other side, those people also get ready quickly, after which Garish, two Mongolians, while searching for Garish. The policemen also reach that village, but they do not find Garish there. But people ask, "What are you doing here?" On which they tell that the shooting of our movie is going on here, which was not any crime, so the policemen have to leave from there, where Garisha and Mary run away. They run away and reach a petrol pump, seeing which Garish gets surprised as to where the petrol came from in the year 1860. Then a man from behind fires an injection of unconsciousness at him, due to which he becomes unconscious on the spot, and after some time, he regains consciousness. When he comes, his father tells him that he had an accident and was in a coma for the last 3 months. After this, we see that a lot of changes have taken place in Garish, after which when he goes to the club, he does not feel like anything before. He starts finding everything boring and useless and has no interest in anything. Next, he goes to the policeman with whom he had an accident and gives him the keys of his expensive car as an apology. Then at night, when he was sitting in the club, his eyes fell on Natasha and Max. Then both of them told him everything, that you had not done any time travel, nor had you had any accident, all that was done by your father. After this, both of them take him to meet Mary, and then G tells Mary that I love you, while Mary also tells him that I also missed you a lot, after which both of them kiss each other. Then in the last scene of the film, we see Gustav, who was marrying Nasty. Then Garish also comes there and congratulates her on her marriage, after which he also thanks her because of this, he was able to become a good and responsible man and friends. With this story ends here.